As it turns out, building steam-powered things in Stormworks is kind of interesting. Obviously, we built a boat, we built another boat, and we've also built a plane. In today's video, we actually have two options. We can either build a helicopter type thing, or we can actually build a submarine type thing. And I'm not entirely sure which one I want, so we gotta figure that out. Before anyone says anything, this thing that I'm wearing is an ice hockey jersey, not a kimono. No. Okay, so unlike some of the previous builds, I am going to be using actual steam, and we're actually going to be using coal for this one as well. So, it'll be kind of interesting to see if this will be okay, or whether it won't be okay. I don't really know. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and shove this on top of here. We're actually going to go with 3 of these, and we're probably going to box this off on the bottom. There we go. So box that off right there as well, and actually, on the undersides, we're gonna sort of box that off too. So just go from here to there. There we go. Shove this into here. Excellent. So we have ourselves a firebox. So far, so good. All right, next thing then that needs to go in here is we need an actual boiler because, well, that's actually a very important part of a boiler system. So we're gonna go ahead and chuck that in there like that. Steam goes out of the top and water comes in the bottom. Oh, and in case I didn't mention, we're building a helicopter. We're not actually going to build a submarine, possibly in this series, unless we do 6 episodes instead of 5, which might happen. As it turns out, we actually have to delete the boiler so that we can put it in sideways, because that's actually a better orientation for it. So, let's go ahead and shove it on here like this, and whack it on there like that. There we go. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's have it point downwards. There we go. So these ports right here need connecting onto these ports right here. And this is what we've ended up with. So it's connected right there. I've gone ahead and put some fluid ports on these. So one side is air and the other side is the exhaust, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Now all we need to do is have the steam come out the boiler, go through some pistons, and then the steam go from the pistons back through the boiler and go over and over and over again, and that'll be great. We then need the RPS from the pistons to go up to a propeller, and that propeller is going to allow us to go up into the sky. So let's go figure this out. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is actually attach that guy onto there like that, because I think it makes it fit a little bit better. We're then going to go ahead and try and figure this out. So, pipes, we have to send both of these backwards no matter what anyway, so let's go do that. We're then going to send this one this way, and just send it across to the middle, I guess. There we go. And from there, we can send it this way. Alright, actually that's not correct. That's not quite right, because the pistons don't work that way. They don't. So, let's go with small? No, probably medium. Oh, those are big though. Oh, those are big. No, let's go with 6 small pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we're going to delete that one and we're going to shove this one on here. Actually, no, leave that one there. 6 small pistons. Okay, right, that's fine. So the steam from here has to go into those pistons. So we send it this way. There we go. We'll send it upwards into there. And then we'll attach all of these guys to that. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I've connected all of those pipes together. The thing is, on this side, we can't just send it straight back into here because it needs water, not steam. So, how do we go about that then? Essentially, what we need to do is type something in. And I can't remember what I'm even looking for. A condenser. That's right. So, we need this condenser to go on here somewhere. So, steam goes in one side, water comes out the other side, and then it'll go round and back into the engine. Okay. That's fine. Alright, cool. So, we're going to go ahead and connect all of this side together then. And then we'll sort that out. Alright, so on this side, I've gone ahead and done it slightly differently because the water is, or the steam is going to leave through the top, which makes a lot of sense. We're then going to attach this guy onto here, zoom that across to the back, and attach it directly onto there. Okay, the water is then going to come through here. We're going to send it downwards to begin with, then forwards and around. Yep, so it goes to here. We then send it across. So from here, we go across to the other side. There we go, and then it needs to go down into there. Which means I'm going to go ahead and send it from here upwards, We'll go upwards by 2, I guess. Attach this guy onto there. Attach this guy onto here. And send it! There we go. I believe we're all connected then. This should work. The only thing is, the condenser needs to cool down the steam into water again. So, we're going to need some sort of heat exchange, which is going to be a 5x5 radiator times 2. Yeah, 2 of these guys. I would like to put them here, to be honest. So, like, one there and one over there. Even though that looks a bit weird, I think that would be a good idea. So, let's go ahead and grab it from here. There we go. We'll put one there. And yeah, we'll put one here. That's fine. Alright, delete this guy, and connect all of that together. In case you don't know how I was going to connect these, essentially it's going to go through the center like that, whereas these guys obviously have to go sideways, and will be connected directly onto the end of this. So you send it upwards, then sideways, and into there. Alright, let's go look at it and see what it looks like, because it might look ugly as heck. I think that's going to work out, actually. Yeah. So we're going to need a pipe coming out of here that goes up to the top where the propeller is. And we're going to need one on the rear propeller as well. And we're also going to need some sort of, like, cockpit, or at least somewhere to sit. Okay, so I'm going to send this up the back end, just like this, all the way up to there. We're then going to send it forwards from there, just like this, and do this. There we go. Okay. But we are going to have it go up from there as well. But I think I want to use some sort of enclosed pipes for this bit. Don't really know why, but I do. So there you go. We're then going to chuck it forwards, and it'll go upwards from there like that. There we go. Okay. I'm going to chuck one of these guys on there. Okay, that's fine. And in fact, delete these ones, and we'll use a straight enclosed pipe for this. Okay. Right. Weird, but should work out fine. Somewhere back here, we're going to delete this guy, we're going to shove one of these in, and we're going to send that backwards to be our rear propeller. That's looking okay. Okay, so helicopter propeller goes on there like that. We're using the big one. I don't know why, but we are. And then on the back, I can't remember which side we need it to go on. But we're actually just going to use a tail rotor, I think. I think that's the wrong side, but let's go ahead and spawn it in and see what it looks like. That should work. Yeah, I don't see why not. Okay, so this needs to be neutral, and we're going to go down to 3 blades, and it's going to be small. Alright, let's go ahead and lower this down to the ground, spawn it in, and see what that looks like. Oh, yes. So if we could put a cockpit on the front of this, and have it actually work, that would be amazing. That'd be really cool. I do think we need some sort of support for this, though. So I'm going to try and figure that out in a second. In fact, what if we just deleted this piece, we go to pipes, and we shove one of those on there like that. And then from here, we might be able to get away with this. Oh, I think we actually can. Yeah. Straight pipe this little bit. There we go. Go ahead and have like a little bit of a juji up there. All right, a little bit of a juji. Very nice. And then off to the side, we can just do like... I don't know, one of these, I guess. There we go. So shove one of these guys on there like this. There's one, there's 2, and leave that one. Okay. Right, I think that's going to look way better now. It does, and it's actually almost ready to go. We are going to need a, like a little stilt thing at the back as well. So that's the other problem. Essentially, I'm going to have to go from here downwards to the floor. Alright, that's it. We're not going to have very much stability when landing with that, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, she's sturdy now. This is a weird looking contraption, and we really do need to figure out whether it'll work or not. But yeah, I guess we just need like a little place to sit on the front, and that's it, maybe. Okay, I've had to change the pistons a bit, so this one is minus 0.5, this one is minus 0.25, then we've got 0, and we've got 0 on the other middle section, and then we've got positive 0.25 and positive 0.5 as well. So let's see if that will actually work. We're going to get ourselves a button, a toggle button, and that's going to be to actually power both the firebox and also these guys. Realistically, wherever our air system situation is, which I don't know which one of these it is, actually. The other side. So, on this side, what we're going to do is delete this guy, delete that guy, and we're gonna go ahead and put in a valve. Yes, we are. This valve is gonna be an on-off valve, and we're gonna chuck it in right there like that. Okay. And then we just need one of these guys to go on here. And essentially what that means is that when this is closed, no air gets into the firebox, and that turns the firebox off, which is a good thing. Now, one thing I can't remember is whether it's open by default or whether it's closed by default, so we're just going to go ahead and see what happens. Okay, batteries next. We're going to get a few of these, possibly just 2 actually, and chuck them on here. I say that, actually, maybe we should go for the little ones. Yeah, let's go for some little ones on here, because we can. So one there. In fact, let's do this. There we go. Alright, very nice. Attach these guys all to this. And then we'll just do this. Boop, 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 and boop. Okay, so far so good. I guess we can see if it takes off, flies, or just stays still. Actually, we need it to stay still anyway, so we'll see what happens now. Okay, I've pushed the button. This could be a point in time where I actually die because the propellers might chop me up. But we're just gonna wait and see what happens with these guys. Specifically, to be fair. I might need to put some gearboxes right there, which we will probably do. But other than that, this thing should work out fine? I think so. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it looks like a helicopter. So as long as we just put like a little bit of a cockpit sort of thing on the front, I don't see a problem with this at all. So now I've got the question, which is kind of annoying. How long will this coal actually last? And I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. It would have been probably a heck of a lot more efficient to go with an electric furnace rather than this. But I really like the idea of there being an actual exhaust. That's the only reason. That's the only reason I went with coal on this one. I could have also gone with diesel, to be fair. And realistically, this could be replaced with a diesel tank. And that could be replaced with a diesel furnace, probably relatively easily. Because the rest of this is the same, but whatever. I feel like this is taking way longer to heat up than it should be. So, yeah, I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, the temperature of this is 238. So that's working. The air is open. And then on this side, look, it's only 60. And we've used a lot of coal already. Before even anything spins, before anything happens, we've already used, what, like 14 coal? I think we started with 80. That's ridiculous. Guys, it's got dark outside, and I'm just gonna go to sleep whilst it heats up. I think I've done something wrong here. I don't know what it is. Wait, actually, where are we? Maybe it's because it's cold outside. Is that actually the reason? Maybe it is. Maybe that is the reason, but I don't know. It's a lot colder up there. I can't do it. I can't sit here that long. It's only at 73, and we've only got 35 coal left. And if you look outside, it is daytime, but it will be nighttime soon. We gotta sort this out. So, I think it was literally just heating up by the power of being next to it, because these are in the wrong way around. Wow, I waited so long for that too. Yikes. Anyway, let's go ahead and build this forwards a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and bring this forwards too, and we're just gonna chuck a seat on there, to be honest. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna fly it from there, I guess. We're also just gonna go ahead and chuck this guy on, because that's kind of fun. And then delete these guys, and just chuck that on there as well. There we go. Done. Okay. Right. Well, I mean, we could just try and fly it, to be fair. So collective on... Oh, we should put a gyro in. We should definitely put a gyro in this thing. Do I have anywhere for a gyro? Is the question. And the answer is sort of no. Sort of no, but we can just put it there anyway. Okay, so turn the gyro on with spacebar. Good. We're then gonna have pitch go into here. There we go. We're gonna have roll go into here as well. We're gonna have collective go into there too. up, down. And then we're going to have your go into here. There we go. All right, that's everything, I think. Yep. We're also going to delete these 3, 4 right here. We're going to put gearboxes in, and we're just going to power it out. Bam, 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 and bam. And we're going to go 3 to 1 on all of them. That's right. 3 to 1, 3 to 1, 3 to 1, and 3 to 1. And hopefully that'll work. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How much coal do we've only got 53 coal to allow this to work. Okay, right. Well, this heats up really quickly, so that's good. We've already used 2 coal, though. All right, that's fine. How quickly is this heating up now? Very. All right, yes. If I then sit in this seat and I push up, nothing happens. Down? The pitch isn't actually changing at all on this propeller, but I feel like it should be, but it's not. All right, here we go. So the propeller is turning, and it wants to take off, but it won't because I actually have 0 controls over this. Why? I actually fully know why. I actually fully know why. Because I only connected these up to the parts. I didn't connect them to the actual helicopter itself. Which is stupid, but there you go. So yours is gonna go on there. Left and right roll? No. Left and right is your. Up and down is up and down. And now we're good to go. I think. Alright, this is it. So however much coal we've got left is how much coal we've got left. Surprisingly. Okay. What are we gonna do then? We are gonna fly from where we are now, which is actually O'Neill Air Base. And we are gonna fly. Do I have to rescue anyone from here? No. I think it could be fun to just fly home. So let's go ahead and fly straight back to the outpost, because I feel like it makes sense. So very soon, this thing is gonna be ready to go. We're gonna take off into the sky, and we're gonna fly straight home. Never mind all that. Yes, never mind it, because I want the bridge or the cockpit to look a little bit nicer. It doesn't have to look super nice or anything like that. I just want it to look better. Okay, so I've extended it forward slightly because I feel like that is kind of nice. We're going to check that guy on there. And we're going to do this guy at the front. There we go. One of those and one of those. From here, we're actually just going to go ahead and build these guys up. So 1, 2... Yeah, shove that into there. And on the sides... we're gonna have like a step in. There you go, so you can climb in near this thing. Sure. Alright, that's it. That's all I wanted to do. Realistically, I shouldn't have built it all in this color, but I get carried away when I'm building Steam things, and I build them all this color, because realistically, if you think about it, it's gonna get dirty anyway, you know? Anyway, the other thing that I wanted to do was add some sort of landing gear sort of dealio to this. So, somewhere over here, I'm going to delete this. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go ahead and just chuck this down. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and chuck it this way. Alright, back over. And forwards. Okay. Actually, maybe not so much there. Maybe here. There we go. So that's going to go there. And it's going to go here a little bit. And I'm just going to do this. Okay. Bosh. Delete these guys. They're unnecessary. Shove this guy into here, bosh, and spawn her in, and that will be us ready to go. I think. This is bizarre. We've got no dials or anything like that, but we are ready. We are so ready. Okay, this might be it then. Let's take off, please. Give me some power. Give me some spins. Yeah, it's gonna start spinning. Alright, get us in the air. That would be great. Please. Get us in the air. Let's go. Okay, so far, so good. We've taken off. Very nice. Alright, let's get us outside. And let's go to the starter base. It's where I want to go. I don't know why I want to go there, but I do. I really want to go there. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom these both up to full, pretty much. And all I gotta do is steer, I think. Or maybe we give it a little bit less of this forward momentum. There we go. Good. Alright, so I think what I'll do is I'll follow sort of like this way, this direction, and we'll fly over to our base over here. Then from there, we can actually figure out where the starter base is, because we don't have any waypoints, so makes it kind of interesting. I really hope this thing doesn't, like, go crazy and fall out the sky as well, but it might. I should have probably added lights to this, and I should have probably also added some rope anchors, because at the minute, if we do go down, I have no real way of actually getting it back, which kind of sucks, but I mean, let's have faith in it. It won't go down. Oh, you have to be kidding me. The enemy AI has made it over here. This is not good. This is really not good. Also, have they shot them down? There's a helicopter in the water over there. Oh, no, this is bad. Also, it's getting to the point where I can't see. So that's terrible. Oh, and now it's snowing. Okay, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And worse, and worse, and worse. There's now two enemy warships. Okay, well, good luck me. I'm sure I'll be fine. You know, I was saying it was getting worse and worse and worse. Well, there's an enemy warship there, there's an enemy warship there, there's an enemy warship there, and there's an enemy warship there. So that is four, currently 4 enemy warships, and they are surrounding my starter base. So that's not great, is it? That is not great. None of them have shot at me yet, so that's good. And a few of them do seem to be listing, so we might be okay. Alright, I'm coming in for a landing. We didn't get shot at whatsoever, but they are surrounding my base, and that's not good. Anyway, let's, whoa, my goodness! Whoa, don't crash! Whoa, my goodness! Please! Oh, no! Oh, no! Well, fortunately, we did survive. But unfortunately, oh, that propeller's still spinning. We crashed. And then fortunately again, that button did actually turn off the firebox, meaning that we can just turn it off and be okay. Right, well, we did it. We actually did it. I have an idea though, and it's kind of an important one. But first, we gotta go to sleep, so let's run upstairs and get in our bed for the first time in a very long time. Well, it's got a lot more windy and a lot more snowy today, but good morning. Let's go downstairs and we'll try. And for one, we have to try and right the helicopter, and for two, we gotta use that helicopter to do some destruction. Alright, so you might be wondering, well, how are you gonna right that helicopter? It doesn't have any rope anchors. Well, let's get ourselves a landing float thingamabobby real quick. You have to attach that onto there. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, it's fine. We then need a welder. Okay, welder coming in. And that's it. That's all I want for right now is a welder. So, jump across. Try and grab it. Hello? Where did it go? Where did it... Alright, well, we just got a welder from the bottom of the ocean. It was easier to do it that way, and now we're gonna fix this. Yeah, alright. Open that. Oh, okay, that's terrifying. Let's go ahead and fix this. Okay, and then get out of the way. Oh my. This is gonna be terrifying every time I do it. Oh. Okay, fix it, fix it, fix it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so the idea is I fix it, the blades. I then allow it to, like, knock itself over with the blades. But it's terrifying because every time I do this, there's a chance it chops me up. There's actually a chance it chops me up. Come on. Come on. Please. Please. Come on. Oh, okay. It's getting kind of sketchy because every time it wants to do it... Oh... Every time it wants to do it, it's messing... Oh, it's messing itself up. Okay, idea. Let's push it around a bit. Hopefully not run into this propeller at the back. That would be terrifying. Alright, there we go. And then maybe do it from here. Close. Very, very close. Here we go. 3, 2, up. Alright, no, don't do it like that. Don't do it like that. No, don't. Ah! This is... Whoa! Please land upright. No! Come on. Come on. Oh, boy. No. Oh, this is even worse than it was before. This is actually worse than it was before, because I've got no escape. Oh. Oh. What in the world? Sort yourself out! No! Please! No! Uh-oh. I have to stay... Oh, I have to stay at the right angle on this. How is it landing perfectly on this tiny bit right here when it could land on... Oh, yes! Yes! No, 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 no! I did that to myself. I actually just did that to myself. Come on. I actually had high hopes for this. I really did. Because I thought we were going to get to an episode 6. Never mind. Fully deserved, by the way. I definitely deserved to die there. Well, sort of, but not really. I don't know. Anyway, we got to episode 5, which is what we wanted to get to. We built a bunch of different aircraft. We built a bunch of different boats. We built a truck that was actually really cool. So, yeah, we did it. We did a Steam career. There was going to be 5 videos, and we did it. So I'm going to leave that there. We are deceased. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.